Well, here's the secret to understanding your man. Believe it or not, he wants to be a good husband. He wants to please you. But as Dr. Kevin Leman says, there's a catch. He just doesn't know how.
Best-selling author and psychologist Dr. Kevin Leman says there isn't a woman on this earth who hasn't wanted, at one time or another, to trade in her husband for a new one. Dr. Leman says the good news is you don't need to trade your husband in for a newer model. All he needs is a little tune-up. He says women can change their men for the better if they do it the right way. In his new book, Have a New Husband by Friday, Dr. Leman offers a 5-day game plan to help women reclaim their happily ever after.
Please welcome back to the 700 Club the author of the new book, love the title, Have a New Husband by Friday, Dr. Kevin Leman. I'm sure it's going out of the store in droves.
Yes, it is. I'm glad to say. You know, we had Have a New Kid by Friday. It hit the New York Times bestseller list. They say this one's going to do the same, so we'll see.
Well, husbands, you'll be able to retaliate shortly. I'm sure there's one.
But listen, you got to understand this. This is not a cash for clunkers program. Okay? We're not talking about trading your husband in.
That's right. Well, we talked about this right before going to break. Tell us, how is it that husbands are like seals?
Well, husbands are like seals because all you have to do is throw them a 1-pound fish or a 3-pound fish once in a while. You know, out in Monterey, California, there's these huge rocks, and out there sit those seals.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And your husband, quite frankly, is like one of them. And when you say something nice about him, especially in front of other people, Terry, he'll take his little flippers and he'll bang them together. And if you threw him a ball, he'll balance it, you know, on his nose. He'll do anything. So men want to please their wives, but you make it difficult because you're so weird.
Why is it, if it's so simple, why is it so difficult?
Well, example, we're driving home from dinner, and my wife turns to me and says, honey, do you want to stop for ice cream? I said, no. And I keep driving. Within 10 seconds, I look over there, Terry, tears streaming down her face. I go, what is wrong with you? Nothing! What do you mean nothing? You're crying, aren't you? I said there's nothing wrong. What is wrong with you? I want to stop for ice cream. So when a woman says,
it's
honey,
not what she means.
Do you want to, she's not asking a question. And so most of us as men, hey, honey, just tell me what you want me to do, and I'll do it, you know? So think of your husband as a 4-year-old that shaves. He's the simple one. Women are the complex one. So if man has these needs of fulfillment, they need to be respected, they want to feel needed by you. We have no friends, Terry. We have no friends. Men will sit in a tree waiting for a deer to come over the hill, and his best friend is 100 yards away sitting in another tree.
And they wave at each other every 3 months.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
And we do our nails, but we do them at a red light with our front teeth. So if you didn't think God was a humorist, when he came up with this one, and the two shall become one, that's one of the funniest things in all of God's Word. It really is. It's a commandment, but there's humor in it because God made us so different.
Yes.
So women need to get behind a man's eyes and see how he sees life, as men have to get behind their wife's eyes and see how they see life.
So you talk about something called the male code. Discuss that.
Will you be a man for just a second? Okay?
I'll try.
And here's the punch bowl, and we don't know each other. And I come to the punch bowl, and I'm going to get myself a cup of punch, and so are you. But watch what happens. You did good.
Thank you.
You're a good man. See,
you.
So men, again,
they're nonverbal.
The Wednesday part of this book is, ladies, think about what you're going to say. Now divide it by 10. So men want the USA Today version.
Yeah.
We specialize in arm's-length relationships, but we don't want an arm's-length relationship with the one we love, do we? We want to be close. And again, we have no friends. So what happens? Once a woman has, what do you call them? Children. Once those kids come along, those little suckers will drain every bit of energy out of the young mom. And she's too poop to whoop, to put it bluntly. Yeah. And the average marriage lasts 7 years. Then you're done.
Yeah.
So if women are so good at relationships, which they are, they're relationship-wise, they hug anything and kiss thin air, they miss. I never understand why. By the way, the advice in this book is...
Because you put your lipstick on someone's cheek if you don't miss.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
But peck your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Kiss your husband. In all the years I've been at this, I've never had a couple come in and say, Lehman, we've had a great sex life, but we're about to get a divorce. Yeah. I've never heard that once, Terry. So tuning into this seal, this 4-year-old that shaves, is really simpler than you think it is.
Well, and as I was reading your book, I thought, you're right, that these are simple truths that we need to know about each other, but there's a lot of compromise involved, isn't there?
Absolutely. I mean, as a husband, I wish someone would have sat me down and said, you know what, Lehman, in marriage, you're going to pick up vomit. You're going to pick up diarrhea. You're going to go to Walgreens and get a box of those things. And by the way, you notice there's the light days, there's the heavy days, there's no medium days. I've been there. I bought them with snap, swivels, rebar, without rebar. It's all part of being a married man.
That's right.
Do I look happy? Take a look.
You say that a wife needs to tell her husband something she wants him to do once and only once.
Yes.
Why?
There's some corollaries here in have a new kid by Friday and have a new husband by Friday. A woman will ask a man to do something. And by the way, you're so smart never to ask your husband why. That shuts down communication. Or the most feared thing is, honey, we need to talk.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't ever want to hear that, because that means we have nothing to say and you want to tell us something. So getting behind a man's eyes and just realizing that a man will think things through before he gives you an answer. And lots of times a woman will come, as my wife will do, Mrs. Uppington, who I dedicated the book to, and she'll say, Leamy, I asked you a question. And I'll say, hey, I'm thinking about it. And by the way, the other thing about men and thinking, oh, honey, what are you thinking about? Nothing. Your husband is capable of thinking about nothing, trust me.
And does it well.
Yeah. So, we ought to be able to make it a marriage. And marriages ought to be joyful.
Yeah.
But take a look around.
I can tell that you and your wife have fun.
We do
together.
have fun. The whole Lehman family has fun.
Yeah.
I was talking to the producers before the show, and, we got 5 kids who love each other and love us, and all of them love the Lord. Yeah. Couldn't be better than that.
Having fun you can't do until you've decided that you're going to compromise, love each other, be friends with each other. It's all in here. It's called Have a New Husband by Friday. It's for husbands and wives, and it's available wherever books are sold. Thank you. It's always so much fun to have you here. I know. You passed the test.
Thank you.